Hey guys, it's the Hauntdermott, and it's time for our third sneak peek for our 2025 yard haunt. And here we go with Coffin Ghoul. Guys, this is our third Halloween season using Coffin Ghoul. He was just an ordinary skeleton in the beginning, and then we changed him into a brand new prop. Look at him, guys. And guys, we're going to do something a little different for this feature. We're going to go back in time and show you the making of Coffin Ghoul.
Hey guys, it's Kevin Hauntdermott here. It's the end of May. June is coming up and Halloween is just around the bend. And what we decided we're going to do, we're going to announce our first DIY build of the 2023 Halloween season. Yes, I know it's been a while since we've done a build. I don't think we did any last year. I think we just showed some of our purchased props. And this year we decided we're going to go back to our roots. We're going to at least do one prop this year. And the prop that I'm going to announce today is inspired by Distortions Unlimited. It's Death. Guys, it is a corpse inside a coffin. It looks really awesome. I love Distortions Unlimited. I love their death prop, and it's inspired me to do a build of my own. And the first step we're going to do today is we're going to build a template for the coffin. So I'm going to take Mr. Bones here, and we're going to, use him to decide the size and the measurements for our coffin. So why don't you come along with me while we go ahead and do that? All right, guys, I'm going to use this box as the template for the coffin, and I have Mr. Bones laying on the box so you could get an idea of the size of the coffin, how wide it needs to be, how tall it needs to be. So let's start out with laying him as I have on top of this box, and then we're going to start drawing out the template. All right, guys, as you can see, I've done a very, very, very rough outline for the coffin template. I used my skeleton, Mr. Bones, as the point of reference, and we're going to use this template as the design for the coffin that we're going to build out of wood. But here we go. Just wanted to show you it before I cut it out, and then once I cut it out, I'll show you the final product. All right, guys, there's the beginning of our build. Guys, I must admit, I am not a great carpenter, but luckily I do work with a very skilled carpenter. His name is Bill Collier, and when I approached him and asked him if he could help me with this project, he said he would, and he filmed the process of building the actual coffin. So he has a video that he sent me, and I'm going to show it to you guys.
All right, guys, first thing that he did, he was measuring the template. Then he cut the sides for the coffin. Then he mitered the sides. Then he fastened the sides together. He's using glue. And then, of course, he's screwing the sides together. Now he's gluing on the back of the coffin and then laying it down. Then he fastened the back of the coffin, and of course he's nailing it on. Then he trimmed it on the sides so that it was flush. The back of the coffin was flush with the sides, and then he sanded it down to make everything smooth. Then he nailed the trim onto the face of the coffin. And of course he used a nail gun for that. And then he just did the final touches.
It's Katie Hauntdermott here, and I am here with none other than Mr. Bones. And why am I here with Mr. Bones? It's because he's going to get corpsed today. This is pretty good. This is like what we want as far as the torso goes.
Okay, guys, so we're just going to go over the next steps that we did here. You can see we wrapped the legs and the arms in plastic, so we have the whole bottom half of the body done. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to do the hands, and what I think I'm going to do is wrap them fingers individually, which is different than I've seen on any other videos, but it worked for the feet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap them with little tiny strips around each finger. That way we can make sure that every finger, you know, has plastic around it. So I'm going to show you the results of that after I explained to you what I'm going to do. And that's going to be the next step of this. But, you know, I'm not going to show you as I'm doing it because Katie already did the tutorial of how to do the shrink wrap. And I don't want this to end up being like a hour-long video. So that's going to be the next step. All right, guys. So now that you see, check out up close. We've corpsed the hands, both hands, and we've corpsed the face. So for the next step for this video, we're going to paint him. All right, guys, for our next step, we're going to paint Mr. Bones. And here I have a wood finish stain. The color is red chestnut. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to be brushing on the stain, letting it dry a little bit, and then I'm going to be wiping it off with the rags. So we're slathering this on and letting it drip. Get in between, like, the little crevices here, because we want that texture. We want the darkness to go, you know, to show. So I'm applying, a lot of this stain on him, and I'm going to let him dry a bit. You know, let it get a little tacky.
I'm going to help too.
And then we are going to rub it or with a paper towel, and that way you'll get to see some of it brushed away, so you'll see underneath all the darkness in those crevices. That's what we want. We want the texture. This is a texture that you want to get. This is a technique that's called antiquing. So I'm trying to get as much of him as I can before it starts drying too much. So, but yeah, look at him. I like this color. I wanted like a reddish color, kind of like bloody type color, and I think I'm accomplishing that with the stain that I picked. Alright guys, so now, after we're done applying it, as I did on the back, then you just start wiping it down. Getting it into the crevices.
getting like a lighter shade on the top. There you go, guys. Okay, so here's the finished product. Here you go, Mr. Bones, all corpsed up. He is finished. Let's take a look at him. He is a corpse skeleton inside a coffin. We showed you 3 steps to the project, and this is the final product. Let's take another close look at him. There he is with the corpsing. This was old Mr. Bones, who is now Coffin Ghoul, inside this coffin that was made by my co-worker, Bill Collier. All right, guys, that was the making of Coffin Ghoul. Again, our 3rd feature for our 2025 Yard Haunt. All right, guys, happy haunts. See you on the next video, and subscribe to our channel. Bye, guys.